5 seconds to go. Start. We started by noting that the principle and application of law have stood at opposite banks of the river. The true mandate of the law is to be an agent of inclusion and an abettor and executor of justice. Law reflects the outlook of its wielder. A parochial legal system will create laws which result in maldistribution of life chances and opportunities. In India, we have adopted an emancipatory constitution premised on the fundamental virtues of equal dignity and access. The wielder of the law, therefore, is rooted in a progressive norm which seeks to eschew from societal prejudices and biases. The window to these progressive virtues is envisioned in the preamble to the Constitution. The preamble, along with justice, liberty, and equality, seeks to secure to all citizens fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. The fundamental postulate of dignity, which inheres in all people, is intrinsic to the idea of fraternity and national integration. Fraternity, far from being mere collegiality among citizens, imagines a holistic sharing of goals and aspirations. It recognizes that to progress together, we must join forces in our mutual advancement and emancipation. The framing of the preambular virtue of fraternity identifies the dignity of all individuals as a precondition. Dignity of the individual is assured when they are given equal opportunity and the freedom to contribute to the society shoulder to shoulder with fellow citizens. No nation can truly progress until all her people realize a stake in their collective outcome. In one sense, discrimination excludes the aggrieved from the collective imagination of the nation. In another sense, the nation is deprived of the expertise and brilliance of those who are discriminated. We aspire to have institutions and systems which reflect the rich diversity of our country. The aspiration is one rooted in our commitment to the nation. Diverse institutions are vital to ensure the governance of a diverse nation. When persons with disabilities are discriminated against, it not only affects their individual aspirations and dignity, it strikes a blow to the entire nation and the collective goal of integration and fraternity. Justice P.B. Sawant, concurring with the decision of the 9-judge bench of this court in Indira Sahni versus Union of India, has opined that inequality ill favors fraternity. Without equality of opportunity, there can be no fraternity. Justice Sawant has articulated his holding as follows. The aim of any civilized society should be to secure dignity to every individual. There cannot be dignity without equality of status and opportunity. The absence of equal opportunities in any walk of social life is a denial of equal status and equal participation in the affairs of the society and therefore of its equal membership. The dignity of the individual is dented in direct proportion to his deprivation of the equal access to social means. The democratic foundations are missing when equal opportunity to grow, govern, and give one's best to the society is denied to a sizable section of the society. The deprivation of the opportunities may be direct or indirect, as when the wherewithals to avail of them are denied. Nevertheless, the consequences are as potent. Inequality ill favors fraternity, and unity remains a dream without fraternity. The goal enumerated in the preamble of the Constitution of fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation, must therefore remain unattainable so long as the equality of opportunity is not ensured to all. Likewise, the social and political justice pledged by the preamble of the Constitution to be secured to all citizens will remain a myth unless first economic justice is guaranteed to all. The liberty of thought and expression also will remain on paper in the face of economic deprivations. A remunerative occupation is a means not only of economic upliftment but also of instilling in the individual self assurance, self esteem, and self worthiness. It also accords him a status and a dignity as an independent and useful member of the society. It enables him to participate in the affairs of the society without dependence on or domination by others and on an equal plane depending upon the nature, security, and remuneration of the occupation. Employment is an important and by far the dominant remunerative occupation, and when it is with the government, semi government, or government controlled organization, it has an added edge. It is coupled with power and prestige of varying degrees and nature depending upon the establishment and the post. The employment under the state by itself may many times help achieve the triple goal of social, economic, and political justice. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has famously remarked that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. When we allow injustice to occur, we normalize the idea that fundamental rights and freedoms are violable. The inviolability of our collective commitment is weakened. Discrimination cracks open a wedge in the fabric of the society. It violates the Constitution and erodes the humanity of the person discriminated against. The discrimination can manifest directly or indirectly. Its manifestation eats into our commitment to each other and of the state to the people. In Prithvi Raj Chauhan versus Union of India, a three-judge bench of this court, while dealing with the validity of the Scheduled Castes and the Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989, has opined that the Constitution is also a pact between the people of India. It is a promise of oneness and equality. The court opined as follows: the Constitution of India is a pact between people about the relationships that they guarantee to each other apart from the guarantee of liberties vis-a-vis the state in what was a society riven along caste and sectarian divisions. That is why the preambular assurance that the Republic would be one which guarantees to its people liberties, dignity, equality of status and opportunity and fraternity. It is this idea of India, a promise of oneness of and for all people, regardless of caste, gender, place of birth, religion, and other divisions, that Part 3rd articulates in four salient provisions: Article 15, Article 17, Article 23, and Article 24. The idea of fraternity occupying as crucial a place in the scheme of our nation's consciousness and polity is one of the lesser explored areas in the constitutional discourse of this court. The fraternity assured by the preamble is not merely a declaration of a ritual handshake or cordiality between communities that are diverse and have occupied different spaces. It is far more. What the movement for disability justice shares with other social justice movements such as the anti-caste movement, feminism, and queer and trans justice is that they call into question the fundamental arrangement of a society which has created prejudicial structures. Inaccessibility and non-inclusion are taken as suspect categories to question the prevalent social order. In doing so, these movements invite us to contribute to the national goal of fraternity and integration. Far from being interruptive in the national journey, calls for equal access and equal justice postulate a disruption in the order of discrimination and prejudices so that we may carry on the journey of national progress. Stop.